Hey there, welcome to Patsy in the Park. I'm so glad you could join us today. I have been getting so many messages from all of you. You know, last time we talked about our perceptions and the issues we've had during the quarantine and the coronavirus lockdowns that we've all experienced around the world, and some new perceptions or new ideas that we've had along the way, and what that's caused in our little brain and what that's caused us to be thinking about. I've got some of the funniest messages from y'all. And you know, you've been on Facebook, so it's some hysterical stuff about no button pants and about kids being home and how you thought you had such good kids. Just a wide variety of things. I know that for me, being away in another country for what was it? Well, we were there for 2.5 months, but in quarantine for 7 weeks, and I know we only packed 2 weeks worth of clothes, and we were just gonna, for 2.5 months, use those clothes and wash and all of that. But I really only had one pair of like yoga pants and a pair of pajamas, and so that's what I wore. Now, why we wore yoga pants, I guess because we never get to all the time, all day long, every single day. But after a few weeks, you're like, okay. And, you put your jeans back on and they're not comfortable. But I tell you what, when I got home, I have been almost every day, I mean, literally all but one day, I have been up and dressed and looking cute and having some makeup on every single day, because I am so much more appreciative of having everything there and how it makes me feel to be dressed up and made up and all that kind of stuff. So as I've read your messages and about cooking 3 times a day, and wow, that's really fun. I mean, it's fun for a while, looking up new recipes and trying new things that you always wanted to, blah, blah, blah. 3 times a day, every day. Yeah, I'm kind of over it. I'm done. Done with that. Could we go out to eat, please? As I've read your messages, the one thing that I picked up, because even as we all complain and we, say all the things that irritate us, all the people that are irritating us, even though we're complaining, what I noticed was that we all had a little bit of gratitude. We all had a little bit of appreciation, a new perspective, like I said, on what's really important. And even though, while I can do with a whole lot less, I really like all my comforts, and you do too, we can still be grateful and appreciative for the things that we have, and the things that we have to do without when we have to, and we know what's important. And then I started thinking, that's exactly what we need to change a thought. So on my website and in a lot of my training, we talk about being the boss of your brain. Your brain bosses you around. It has all these negative, repetitive thoughts. Most of them are negative, but lots of them are repetitive, like 90% of them are repetitive, what you thought yesterday. And so we have to be in control of what those thoughts are, so that we get what we want out of life, right? And it dawned on me, it's the gratefulness and the appreciation that create new thoughts. So if somebody really irritates you, or there's something about them, that irritates you, you might start to think, what's really great about them, like your kids, right? You really found out, gosh, we haven't spent this much time together. I'm so glad we did. And this is what's so great about my kids. And yes, they irritate me. I'll never forget, years ago, a very wise woman in Mary Kay taught me this, and we were all standing around talking and chatting, and somebody was complaining about some irritating person or something that someone else had done, and she said, "Really? You mean Mary? I love Mary. She's one of my best friends." and we all shut up because we realized, you know, Mary is, I'm making up her name, but Mary is a wonderful person. Certainly we can all be irritating to others, and so we should appreciate Mary, right? And so that's where a new thought can come in. And so over the next few weeks, we're gonna talk about, I'm gonna give you little nuggets, and we'll talk about how you go about doing that, because it's not just like, oh, let me have a positive thought and it'll change my life. Well, yes and no. I mean, it's a little bit more than that. So let's talk about that, and over the next few weeks. And you have a fabulous day. Stella and I are going to go complete our walk. We go back up and get some lunch, and you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.